start reclined, soles of the feet together here in Supta Baddha Konasana, laying all the way back. Just getting nice and comfortable laying back on the mat, exploring the connection through the back of the body. So I've been inspired, or this class is inspired by saying that you're only as old as your spine feels. I'm not sure if you may have heard that one before, but I mean, it's pretty present when we have those weird night sleeps when you just sleep in just a really odd sort of position, and you wake up and you have that really horrible stiff spine, and it sort of carries with you throughout the day. So running through our spine, our central nervous system, the spine is also roughly a location of where the chakras sit throughout the body. And it's also the point of two of the main nadi lines. We'll get a little bit more into those lines as we move through the sequence. As we continue to explore our spine, we're going to work through each individual vertebrae as we lift up into bridge. So bring your hands underneath your knees, gently lift the knees up together to touch, soles of the feet flat to the floor. And as you inhale, begin right from the tailbone, so start to scoop the tailbone up, and then the hips start to lift. We move all the way up through the lumbar spine, one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the shoulders on your inhale. And on the exhale, we begin to bring the thoracic spine all the way back down to the lumbar, to the hips where the sacrum lowers, all the way back down, coccyx to floor. So again, inhale, rolling all the way up through each vertebrae, all the way up to the shoulders. On the exhale, we start to roll all the way back down. If you'd like to incorporate your arms here, as you inhale, the hips begin to lift, the arms also float up and overhead. We end up in a nice big full body stretch and bridge. And then as you exhale, start to roll the vertebrae all the way back down to the floor, with the hands coming down to rest beside the hips. Let's move through 3 more, however you'd like to float. Hips and arms, or maybe just the hips. Inhale. Exhale back down. All right, 2 more. Breathing in. Exhale. Last one, big breath in, rolling all the way up, one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the shoulders, all the way back down. So from here, we'll make our way to tabletop. You can get there 2 ways. You can roll onto your side and sweep the legs around, or you can draw the knees in towards your chest. And we start to round through the spine as we rock and roll from the tailbone to the shoulders, full length of the spine, all the way up and down. We'll take about 4 or 5 rolls until you create enough momentum to cross the ankles, or roll over the knees, ground the hands, or make our way back into tabletop. Now let's keep moving the spine here with our cow and cat shapes. Option 2, flatten the tops of the feet. Maybe you like to tuck the toes underneath. Inhale, tailbone lifts, spine extends, heart lifting forward. Exhale, tailbone tucks, belly button draws the spine around an arch, and driving shoulders forward as your chin draws the chest. Inhale, lengthen, open, extend. Exhale, round, arch. 2 more rounds, breathing in. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale. Neutral spine and tabletop. If the toes aren't already tucked, we'll tuck all the toes underneath. Spread your fingers wide on the mat, just a little bit further forward than the shoulders. And begin to extend through the legs into your downward facing dog and pedaling out through the legs here. So one heel driving down to the mat as the opposite knee bends, gently shifting that weight from left to right. Neck completely relaxed, crown of the head dropping down, press out through the arms and creating length through the fingertips all the way through your tailbone. Now if that means there's a slight lift in the heels and a bend through the knees in your downward facing dog, that's perfectly fine. Just keep creating a length through the upper body here. Slowing your walking motion, stationary in your downward facing dog from this point. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, big sigh, release, exhale. Breath in nose. Exhale mouth. One more breath in. Exhale. Now if you'd like to shift into your Ujjayi breath from here, adding that slight constriction of your throat, also welcome to continue with a natural breath. So from downward facing dog, float your left leg towards the sky, and then stepping the left foot through between the hands. As the foot grounds, right knee comes to the floor, toes stay tucked, and we'll sweep the arms to the sky, breathing in. We'll cactus the arms, drawing the elbows and shoulders back. Breath in to reach and lengthen towards the sides of the room. Exhale, palms sweep forward and press together. And inhale, drawing the prayer towards the chest. So pressing the palms of the hands together, begin to draw your belly button in towards the spine. And we take a rotation or a twist over towards the left side. Take another breath in here to lengthen. And if you'd like to continue twisting, bring the right hand to your left knee, left hand to the back of the hips, and maybe take your twist a little deeper. Checking that the hips stay squared and facing forward. Inhale. Exhale. Release your gaze first, and then allow the body to follow. Bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. And we're going to continue to walk the hands all the way around on the right side of the mat, swiveling on the right leg into a supported side plank. Extend the left leg and reach your left arm to the sky. Pressing the hips forward, give them a lift. Contract the underside of the body as you lengthen through the top. Big inhale, reach high to the sky. Option to reach overhead on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to draw the torso all the way up through center into a gate pose here with the extended left leg and the foot pressing into the floor. Left hand starts to reach down the left leg and the right hand reaching overhead. So we started off with flexions and extensions through the spine. Now we're working through the lateral spine, left and right. We'll take both arms to the sky here. We're going to bring the hands down in front of the body. Let's move into another twist in gate pose. So walk the hands just a little bit further forward. Weight comes into the right hand, left arm reaching to the sky. And then we're going to twist the left arm underneath the body, coming into a twist. So we're twisting the opposite way to the extended leg. Inhale, reach the left arm high to the sky, breathing in. Exhale, twist. Breathe it in and reach to the sky. The last twist here, we'll hold, threading the left arm underneath, maybe reaching the right arm out in front of the body. If the left ear comes down, you can let it rest on the floor or hold, breathing in and exhale. Another breath in and exhale. So if you extended your right arm, we'll bring it back under the shoulder, then press and reach left arm high to the sky, and both hands come down under shoulders. Keep the left leg extended, half splits, walking it around towards the front of the mat. We're still on the right knee, and the hips directly above your right knee. Toes drawing back, lengthen through the spine. Here, think about a little tilt through the pelvis, as if you're trying to scoop your tailbone back as you reach your heart forward, and fold that forward into your half splits. 2 more breaths. You might notice an increased intensity with that little activation of the body by trying to draw the hips back. And we'll press into the hands, then the left knee, take both legs back into tabletop. Ground through the hands, elbows draw to the side of the room, lower your chest and chin. Scoop and slide through, flatten the tops of the feet, flatten the hips. Draw the belly button in, roll the shoulders back, baby cobra, Bhujangasana, inhale. Holding, exhale. With the next breath in, reach the heart forward and up. Tucking the toes, hips all the way back to the heels. Exhale into child's pose. And extending through the legs as we press back into downward facing dog. Now same on the other side. Right leg high to the sky, breathing in. Right foot steps through between the hands, exhale. Left toes stay tucked as the knee lowers. Arms sweeping to the sky, breath in. We'll cactus the arms on the exhale. Reach to the sides of the room, breathing in and open. Sweeping them forward, press palms together, exhale. Bring it back to the heart, breathe in. Keep pressing the palms of the hands, draw the belly button in, this time we'll twist towards the right. Take a breath in to lengthen, and then you might like to add the hands left to the knee, right to the hip. Exhale, possible twist a little bit deeper. Take a breath in, exhale. From here, release the gaze, allow the body to unravel, hands coming down to the inside of the right foot. We begin to take that into supported side plank on the left side. Left knee swivels, left hand grounds, right side of the body extends and lifts, breath in. Maybe floating the top hand overhead as you exhale. Driving hips forward and lift, draw the belly button in. We'll take that to gate pose. So we're bringing the torso upright, stacking it above the hips. Right hand floats down the front leg, left arm to the sky. Inhale, exhale, begin to reach overhead. Both arms reach high to the sky. Into our gate twist, hands coming down to the floor. So we take the hands just a little bit further than the shoulders. Right arm sweeps to the sky. Right arm twisting under the body, exhale. Take it back to the sky, breathe in. Threading, exhale. One more time, breathing in. Threading under the body, exhale. So this time as you thread, we'll hold for 3 breaths. Maybe sweeping or reaching your left hand forward. If you've extended the left arm, bringing it back under the shoulder, as you take your right arm high to the sky, and then both hands grounding underneath the shoulders. Walk them back around towards the front of the mat, swiveling on the left knee. Half splits, right toe tips turn back, scoop through the tailbone, reach the heart forward, fold forward, exhale. Now this time around, as we press through the hands and take the right leg back, you might like to stay in tabletop. There's also the option now to tuck the toes and extend through the legs into a high plank. Begin to press the floor away. I'm going to try and tuck the tailbone under the body to flex through the abdomen, but then make sure that the hips, shoulders and heels are all in line. You can lower through knees, chest and chin, or shift the body weight forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower, hug elbows to the side of the body and hover. Then lift and scoop into your heart opener, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog on the exhale. You might like to pass through child's pose along the way. And once we've reached downward facing dog, we'll take small steps all the way in towards the hands, ragdoll at the front of the mat, folding forward, soft knees, heavy body hanging forward. And once again, we return to awareness of the spine as we roll up through each vertebrae to mountain pose Tadasana. One vertebrae at a time, drawing the navel into spine, all the way up, lower back, thoracic, shoulders roll back, gaze lift, lengthen through your neck, looking forward, palms by the side, facing towards the front of the room. Arms then sweep up and overhead, growing tall, press the palms together, gaze to your thumbs, and then we hinge from the hips, Uttanasana, falling forward, straight legs. We've got half lift, lengthening the spine, Hands slide up the shins, rolling shoulders back. Hands lower to the mat. Let's slide the left leg all the way back into a lunge. We'll sweep the arms high to the sky. So we're going to hold here in our lunge. We'll come back to speaking about the nadi lines through the body. So along the spine, we have Ida Nadi, Pingala Nadi, and Sushama Nadi. So if we're working through the right side of the body, that would be your Pingala Nadi, that is your masculine side. So Pingala and Ida Nadi sort of do this crisscrossing pattern all the way down through the central channel. Inhale, reach out through tips of fingers. Arrowhead, exhale, sweep the arms towards the back of the room. Now, Pingala Nadi being the masculine channel of the body, or your sun. We think about the imbalances here being an over-attachment to the ego, or it can be arrogance or anger. Remember, all things are good when they're in balance, but when we notice that there's something beginning to sway too much to one side, that's when we need a little bit of self-study and assessment to make adjustments. From arrowhead, we can just sweep the left hand forward towards the front of the group as we reach out through the right fingertips towards the back. You might like to keep the chest facing forward, or we can lengthen the torso slightly upright, draw the shoulders back, and twist the gaze towards the right side of the room. Begin to reach left hand high to the sky as the right arm sweeps down. Arms do a full windmill. Torso switches sides. We open up to the left, warrior two. So our channel running down the right side of the body. We'll give that another lengthen and opening here with our reverse warrior as we set our strong lunge through the legs, flipping the right hand, reverse the warrior, inhale. Hold that for the exhale. Breathe in, lunge deep, reach further. Extended side angle. Right forearm comes to rest on the right thigh, and the left arm sweeps down. As far forward as you can extend, up and overhead, palm facing down. Nice big, long, strong, straight line from the left foot out through the tips of the fingers, and then reach, reach, and reach. You can use your right fingertips here just to give your abdomen and lower rib a little tap. Are they engaged and drawing back in line? Hips are pressing forward. Light on the bottom arm. I even like to reach that out in front of the body. Let's hold here for another 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. If you're floating the right arm, bring it back to rest on the thigh. Left hand lowers to the floor. 2 options if you'd like to take a supported side plank. Lower the left knee and sweep the right leg to the back of the mat. If you'd like to take Vasisthasana full side plank, roll over onto the blade edge of your left foot, giving this bottom hand a twist into the mat. We'll stack both feet, reach the top arm high to the sky. You're going to begin to contract through the underside of the body, create length through the top, right arm reaching, or maybe you'll take it up and overhead. Inhale, hold, exhale. Check the hips, press them forward and lift. Maybe even draw shoulders back and begin to rotate the heart towards the sky. Hold here, breath in, exhale. We'll take 1 more inhale. Both hands come down to the front of the mat. Float the right leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Right foot steps through between the hands. I'm going to start to straighten through the right leg, halfway lift through the body as the left foot slides into Pyramid Paschimottanasana. So to demonstrate, as I lengthen through the right leg, the left foot's about 1 meter behind the right now. My spine's nice and long, hips are squared. And as I fold forward, both legs are straight, exhale. So very similar to the half split engagement through the body, as well as squaring through the hips. So you get that little lift and tilt of the tailbone high to the sky. Reach the heart forward to the big toe, release the neck, and bow the crown of your head down. I often like to say with this posture, it's like there's a block between your legs that you're trying to hug your inner thighs into. Folding forward. Hold here, 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. exhale. And then we return to a halfway lift, lengthen spine, perhaps shifting onto your fingertips. We'll step the left foot through to the front of the mat. And then we'll fold forward, exhale. Back through the ripple of the spine, all the way to standing. Arms sweeping up and overhead. Palms pressed together against your thumbs. And in Uttanasana, exhale, falling forward. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. At this time, we'll slide right foot to the back of the mat. Arms then sweep to the sky, high lunge. So now we're on our left side, Ardha Nadi, and that would be the opposite to your Pingala. So Ardha Nadi is more tapping into your feminine side, your moon energy. If this is unbalanced, we can see that show up in an emotional connection or reaction. It can also lead to certain things like depression or anxiety. So any of those emotional attachments that we could experience. Arrowhead on the exhale as the arms float back and the heart lifts forward. So we hold this arrowhead shape nice and strong through the body, both feet still pressing into the mat, just the right arm reaching towards the front of the room. So at the moment the chest is facing forward, but if you'd like to add the twist, start to open the heart towards the left side of the room. Now we do a full windmill through the arms into Warrior Two. So left arm reaching down, right arm to the sky, all the way through center with the body. Warrior Two, arms open at shoulder height. Deepen the lunge, active through the legs, press the soles of the feet into the floor, draw the shoulders back and down. Opening through the left side of the body as you flip the palm, follow the middle finger, reach to the sky. Exhale, hold, lunge deep. Inhale. Exhale. Extended side angle. Left forearm to the thigh. Right arm sweeps forward, up and overhead, palm facing down. So create the length, the extension through the body first. Right foot to fingertips, palm of the hand facing down. Then check your core is switched on with the left fingertips. They can give you a little tap. Draw everything in line, press the hips forward, reach. Maybe extend the left arm out towards the side of the room. We'll be here for 2 more breaths in. Nice, slow, controlled exhale. Breath in. Exhale. Left forearm comes back to rest on the thigh. Right hand comes down to the floor. Take your supported side plank or Vasisthasana, stacking the feet. Twisting the bottom hand into the mat. Contract, lift, open. Maybe sweeping top arm overhead. Pressing the floor away as much as you can. Contract the underside of the body. Pull the feet towards the hand. Lift and hold. Both hands coming to the floor and the left leg floats to the sky. Left foot steps through between the hands. Pyramid, Parsvottanasana. So we have fingertips. As we straighten through the left leg, we lengthen through the spine and the right foot slides to be a meter behind your left foot. Square out through the hips, folding forward. Tailbone scooping and lifting. Heart reaching forward, neck is relaxed. We're going to have 4 breaths in here in Parsvottanasana. So whenever we're working with these things or philosophies that have 2 parts or 2 sides, it's always that reminder that balance is an action of making a little bit of adjustment on either side. When we're out of balance, it's often we're leaning too far to one side. And we just need to reassess and bring that back in towards the center, which in this case will be referring to your central channel. So Sushumna Nadi. We'll take a half lift, lengthen the spine, step both feet through to the front of the mat, and then folding forward. All the way up through to stand, roll through the vertebrae, arm sweep overhead. This time we'll bring the palms together to touch and bring a prayer down to rest your heart. Maybe even softening or closing your eyes. So our central channel, Sushumna Nadi, is where all of the chakras sit through the body. Now, if you think about, earlier I was talking about you're only as old as your spine feels, you imagine how any sort of disruption through the spine could cause a blockage or some sort of resistance through that flow of energy. And this is the one case, or one of the cases, where movement is definitely medicine for the spine. We can get a lot of fixation between the vertebrae and compression. So to get them moving, twisting and lengthening and decompressing. And we're releasing the hands down by your side. Sweep arms up and overhead. We'll fold forward, exhale. Into chair pose, knees bend, hips lower back, arms sweeping to the sky. Exhale, deepen through chair. Inhale, reach up high through fingers. Holding, exhale. Big breath in. Let's bring the hands down towards the floor as you straighten through the legs, Uttanasana. Take a halfway lift. We can add a flow this round as you press through the hands, step, jump or float the feet back. Otherwise, taking it straight back into your downward facing dog. Moving through the flow, each transition with one breath. And in downward facing dog, right leg floats high to the sky. Right foot steps through between the hands. We'll move one posture with each breath. Inhale, arms sweeping to the sky, high lunge. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, left arm reaching forward. Exhale, maybe adding that twist through the spine. Inhale, left arm to the sky, right arm sweeps through. Exhale, warrior two. Flip and reverse your warrior breath in. And here we'll hold for an exhale. Take another breath in. Extended side angle, forearm to thigh. Left arm sweeps up and overhead. And we can deepen this round of side angle, or you can stay as you are. So with side angle, we want to keep the core switched on and the heart rotating to the sky. So the deeper we move into this posture, just make sure those points stay switched on. So we can deepen by dropping or lowering the right arm to the inside of the front leg. We'll be here for a few breaths before deciding if we move a little deeper, where we can add the bind, weaving the right arm underneath the right leg as the left hand comes behind the back. Wherever you go, just checking, heart is still lifting, and more importantly, your breath is flowing freely through your body. We have 3 deep breaths. We'll be here for another inhale and exhale. If you're taking a bind or move any deeper into the posture, we only need to return to the point where the left hand is back up and overhead. As we take that through to Vasisthasana, so your side plank, left hand grounds, rolling over or lowering the left knee as we take the right foot to the back of the mat. Engage, lift, and hips forward. This time around, I like to float your right leg high to the sky. We're taking a wild thing here if that's in your practice. Bending the top knee, stepping the foot down, drive the hips up, squeeze the shoulders back, and reach up and overhead. And we'll take wild thing or Vasisthasana through to fallen triangle. So as we bring the right hand back down to the floor, the right leg floats over underneath the body, and the right leg now extends out towards the other side of the mat. Lift the hips high here, left arm to the sky, left arm overhead. Lots of arching here, so squeeze, lift, pressing the floor away. It's a strong one here. Feel that on the right side of the obliques, through the torso. Both hands come back down to the floor. And take your right leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Right foot steps through between the hands. So same engagement as if you're lifting into your Parsvottanasana, only this time we're coming into Virabhadrasana 3, so we're standing balance. Now bring the weight forward, right leg begins to extend, left floats, palms of the hands come to the heart. You can keep the hands at your heart space, or you can reach the arms out in front of the body. So focus on your drishti, that one focal point to assist you with your balance as you continue to reach. And fold forward, holding here, 2 breaths. If the arms are reaching out in front, bring them back together to press at the heart. Tree pose, Vrksasana. I'm going to draw the left knee in towards the chest and then begin to hinge or drive the hips forward to take it all the way up to standing. So once we're in this position, we'll bring the sole of the left foot to either the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. So you're grounding or pressing the sole of the foot into some sort of body of muscle on the standing leg, so you can squeeze and contract the muscle and press it back into the sole of the foot. Palms of the hands press together at the heart. Steady. Balance. Focus. Maybe open the arms wide. You can sweep arms overhead. So we have this nice, long, straight structure through the body. But we can bring a bit of a lateral or a side bend into tree pose. If you'd like to take that side bend, left hand comes down to rest on the left leg. And now we need to shift the hips the opposite direction as the right arm begins to reach up and overhead to add a little crescent shape into Vrksasana, into your tree pose. It does challenge to balance a little bit. So moving nice and steady, holding there. If you've taken the side bend in tree, let's start to bring the arms and everything back through center. Palms of the hands press together and prayer lowers the heart. And I'm going to sweep the left leg forward. Begin to bend into the right knee. And I'm going to weave the left leg up and over into Garudasana, eagle. So remember with Garudasana, we can tap the toes down for support, or maybe hug the foot behind the calf muscle. Drop down deep into the legs. Draw them through center. So we've spoken a lot about these nadi channels that criss and cross over the central channels. They move down through the body. So then we can do the same with the left and right of our body. We can create a bind and connection that way. We're going to sweep the arms open wide. And we're going to weave the left arm underneath the right. The bigger you make the circle through the arms, the more bind you can start to create. Maybe the palms of the hands touch. If they don't quite touch, you can always bring the hands to rest on the opposite shoulders. Start to lift the elbows high to the sky. Draw the shoulders back. Everything lines up through center, even though the arms are twisted, the legs are bound. Let's unravel the legs first and draw the left knee towards the chest. I'm just going to do a little shuffle back to the front of the mat. And we're keeping the arms bound as we refloat the left leg back into Virabhadrasana 3. Keep reaching the arms forward. Now we'll hold the standing balance and unravel the arms, open them wide, and then reach the arms back, Dekasana, aeroplane. As we sweep the hands down, we step the left leg through, bend through the knees, straight through to chair pose. 3 breaths. Reach out your fingers. Folding forward, straight legs, exhale. Take a half lift. If you'd like to move through your float, take the float, step or jump the feet back, or meet in downward facing dog. So from downward facing dog, we're back to 1 breath with each transition, left leg high to the sky. Left foot steps through between the hands, exhale. High lunge, arms reach. Arrowhead, exhale. Right arm sweeps forward, breath in. Maybe add the twist to exhale. So the inhale to transition to Warrior 2, swoop through the arms. And the exhale to lower it into Warrior 2. Flip and reverse breath in. Here we'll hold for an exhale. Breath in. Extended side angle. Left forearm to the thigh, right arm sweeps up and overhead. So again, we set our side angle, strong through the legs, engage for the hips, core is on. Maybe deepen, this time it would be the left arm to the inside of the left leg. Heart lifting to the sky. Option for the bind, left arm reaching over, under, right arm over, lift the heart. Press with the feet, 3 breaths. We can release the bind to bring the right hand back up and overhead. Side plank, right hand rounds. Support or stack the feet. Top arm reaching to the sky. So again, on this round through side plank, you might like to float the left leg high. If you'd like to move to wild thing, bend the left knee, round the foot. Squeeze the shoulders, reach overhead, open through the front of the body. Fallen triangle, left hand returns to the floor. This time the left leg passes under the body, extends to the side, lift the hips, squeeze the shoulders, reaching overhead. Both hands ground, left leg high to the sky. Left foot steps through between the hands. Virabhadrasana 3. Straighten through the left leg, lengthen through the spine. Palms press together, bring them to heart. If you'd like to reach the arms out, extend out in front of the body. Tree pose, Vriksasana. Palms pressed together at the heart. Left right knee bends, right knee draws up and towards the chest. We'll come up to standing. So sole of the foot to ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Palms pressed together at heart. Steady the breath, steady your focus. Arms can sweep open wide or up and overhead. So you're welcome to pause and hold here, otherwise we'll take our side bend. The right hand comes down to the right knee. So at the same time as we're reaching the left hand overhead, the hips now need to slowly shift over towards the left. So there's little adjustments through the body as you inch just a little bit at a time until you're in your side bend retreat. And start to lengthen that tree all the way back up. Palms press together, prayer lowers to heart. Right knee sweeps forward, and then right leg snakes over the left as you bend into your left knee. Draw the knees through center. Open arms wide. And then taking the right arm underneath the left arm, Garudasana. Begin to lift the elbows high to the sky as you take your squat deeper through your legs. So the arms stay bound as we unravel the legs and we start to extend the right leg back into Virabhadrasana 3. Hold the balance. Unravel arms, open wide. Dekasana, arms reach back. As the arms sweep down, Past the earth, both feet ground, bend into the knees, hips lower back. Chair pose. And press the palms together and bring the prayer to heart. Lift the heart to the prayer. Revolve your chair, twisting to the right. Left tricep to thigh, or a gentle twist. We take the left hand to the knee and right hand to the hips. In either of these twists, a little glance down to the knees to make sure the left is drawing back in line with the right. So once the knees are set in position, draw the belly button to spine, draw the shoulders back, maybe begin to lift the gaze. We return the gaze to the front of the room, untwist through the spine, and sweep the arms to the sky. We're going to hold, we'll take our twist to the left side, palms pressed together, prayer draws back to heart. Inhale, twist it to the left. So again, we just double check the knees, this time it's the right knee. Make sure that's drawing back in line. Belly buttons in, lift. Get a little bit of a burn through the legs at this point. Breathe into it, hold it, 2 more breaths. Return through center, reach it up in chair. Let's go, 2 more breaths in chair. Inhale, maybe deep in the chair, exhale. Breath in, and then straighten the legs and fold forward, exhale. Walk out the legs, take a little ragdoll here. Excellent work. Take a halfway lift to lengthen the spine. We'll slide the left leg all the way to the back of the mat. I'm going to start to walk the hands around towards the left side, the long edge. And taking the feet and toes point to the long edge of the mat, heels slightly wider than toes. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold and forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Lifting your left toes, turn them to face towards the back of the mat. And then we'll start to walk the hands around towards the left foot. Trikonasana, externally rotating through both legs. Left hand to the earth, right arm crossing across the body. Maybe reach and extend it up to the sky. 2 more breaths. And let's bring the right hand back down. As the hands walk back through center, adjust the left foot, point it back to the long edge of the mat, and then keep the hands walking around, this time to the right foot, with the right toes point towards the front of the room. Trikonasana to the right side. We'll take the left hand back down. Let's walk the arms back through center. Swivel the toes. So again, toes are pointing towards the long edge of the mat, heels slightly wider than toes. Start to walk the hands forward until the hips are directly in line with the heels and the hands are below your shoulders. I'm going to start with a twist towards the left. Bring the right hand towards the middle, so directly below your gaze, and the left hand to the back of the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and just begin to draw the left shoulder to the sky, and making sure that hand on the hips stays level. So there's no movement through the hips, just rotating through the chest. If you'd like to, from that point, you can start to reach the left arm up and overhead. Making sure that weight's even across the feet and the grounded hand. Let's bring the left hand back down. It replaces the right hand. The right hand now comes onto the hips. So again, lengthen the spine, bring the shoulders forward, stack them above the grounded hand, begin to lift the right shoulder high. Maybe float the right arm to the sky. Bring the right hand down. We're going to walk the hands back around towards the front of the mat, swiveling on the feet. Lower the left knee, and then heel toe your right foot all the way across. We'll come into deer pose from here. So we've got a right angle bend through both knees. The right shin across the front of the mat, the left runs down the side. Inhale, lengthen the spine, turn the heart forward. Exhale, we begin to bow forward over the front leg. We'll take a few breaths here to really start to settle and drop in and create that release through the hips. So let's take 4 more breaths. Last one. And we'll take the hand back, walking up. So bring the hands all the way behind your hips. Rock the weight back into the hands so we can windscreen wipe the knees. They come up through center and all the way around to the back of the mat, where we can drop into deer pose. This time we have the left shin at the back and the right's down the long edge. We'll fold forward over the left leg. So by working on this balance through the Nadi channels, by aligning Sushumna Nadi, your central channel, you start to create a direct path that leads you all the way to your crown chakra, Sahasrara. And we'll walk the hands back, hands up. I'm going to sweep the right leg around, ground through the feet, knees are bent. Reach the arms forward, flex and round through the spine, and then we'll reverse, lowering through one vertebrae at a time, all the way down onto your back. And once the shoulders connect with the earth, we check that the feet and knees are hip-width distance apart, and the heels are close enough to brush. Back into our bridge pose, only this time we'll hold the lifting or the extension through the spine. So we'll tuck the tailbone, roll through each vertebrae, hips high, all the way up to the shoulders, maybe walking shoulder blades in a little bit closer and drawing shoulders away from the ears. So hands can rest down beside the body. Also the option to interlace the fingers, draw the palms of the hands together, and press the fist down into the mat. We'll take 4 breaths in bridge. Two more breaths. With the next inhale, if you'll interlace the fingers or release the hands. On the exhale, one vertebrae at a time, lowers all the way back down to the floor. Once the hips touch down, walk the feet as wide as the side of the mat and allow your knees to knock in towards each other. So we'll take another round of bridge with the option to take that bridge into a shoulder stand. So if you haven't done this transition before, just remaining as you are, and I'll quickly demonstrate, and then I'll also guide you through the transition after I've done the demonstration. So basically we start in bridge, the hips lift and they roll all the way up. So once the hips are elevated here, you're going to bring the heel of the hand underneath the sacrum, so the back of the hips, and fingers wrap around the side of the hips. You need to shift the body weight slightly to draw one knee to chest and get light enough to draw both knees in. From this point, legs can extend through the sky and also adjusting through the hands. Now the fingers are pointing up towards the glutes, point through the toes and legs are overhead. And we do the same thing when we exit the posture. The knees draw back towards the chest, the hands switch, one leg at a time, returns to bridge, and then we'll all meet down on our back together. If you prefer to take a supported bridge this round, you can use a block or you can even use the hands under the hips for support. Or if you just like to hang in your bridge as you did on the first round, just taking a modification or variation here that suits you and your practice. So let's start from our bridge, feet and knees hip width distance apart, heels close enough to brush, tucking the tailbone, lift through the hips, roll it all the way up, hips to the sky. Shoulders walking back and together. So from this point we can hold, hands by your side or interlace behind the back. If you'd like to move to your shoulder stand, we take the hands, so it's nice to get one at a time, maybe just a little shift from left to right, get them right in that sweet spot. We're looking for basically the center of balance through the body. So once the hands are in position, one knee draws in towards the chest, and then the other floats up to join. From here, switch the grip on the hips and extend the legs. We're making sure that the legs aren't tipping overhead, so they're drawing away from the forehead, keeping that weight coming through the shoulders and the backs of the arms. You might like to stay as you are, or if you'd like to take a plow pose from your shoulder stand, hinge at hips till the toes lower overhead, and once toes touch down, you can release the arms or even interlace the fingers and drive the fist back towards the earth. 3 breaths. And one at a time, we start to transition back through postures. So from plow pose, we take it to shoulder stand. From shoulder stand, knees draw towards the chest. Switch the grip on the hips. One leg at a time, returns to bridge. From bridge, release the hands. Roll one vertebrae at a time, back down to the floor. Walk the feet as wide as the side of the mat, and then rock the knees from left to right. Massaging back of the hips, releasing the lower spine. And then we take a counter posture for the upper spine, the thoracic, which is fish pose. We'll extend the legs out along the mat. Now bring the hands in beside the glutes, or maybe just wedging the thumbs underneath the glutes. Squeeze the shoulders back, sternum pops to the sky. Maybe you pause at this position, or if you'd like to go further, you can pop yourself up onto the crown of your head. Lifting the sternum high, we take 3 exhales for an open mouth, breath in. And we release the spine back to a neutral position, lengthened out along the mat. Well, let's complete the practice with a reclining twist. Right knee draws in towards the chest. Inhale. Shoulders back, and then twisting towards the left. Exhale. From your twist, inhale through center. Give both knees a hug towards the chest. Exhale. Inhale, extend your right leg, shoulders back. Exhale, twisting to the right. We'll return through center with a breath in, giving the knees that one last squeeze before our final resting shape, our Shavasana. If there's any other movements, adjustments, or postures you'd like to take, have a few moments here. And then we'll begin to release the legs. They extend and drop open. Arms come down to rest by your side, palms are turned up. Let's take a moment to notice the connection again through the body to the earth, the connection through your spine, through the back of the hips, maybe a slight arch through the lumbar, the back, thoracic. And we're taking the spine through flexions and extensions, lateral bends, twists, releasing all that creakiness and fixation through the joints, allowing the synovial fluid to flow and lubricate. Natural breath. Now, as our awareness returns to the breath, we're going to start really slowly with this awakening process. Let's start with Pingala Nadi and the right side of your body. We'll just start to wriggle through the right fingers, the thumb, drawing the fingers in towards the hand or extending out and lengthening. And then allow that movement to also return through your right toes as they begin to ripple. The movement travels through your wrists, your leg, your arm, your right hip and shoulder. Let's do the same with the left with Ardha Nadi. Left fingers begin to ripple, curl, flex, extend and open. Same with the left toes. Movement travels through wrist, ankle, leg, arm, hip and shoulder. And then to our central channel, Sushumna Nadi, with each vertebrae begin to oscillate, ripple, flex, extend and move. Eventually the whole body has returned to life. We're going to lengthen and extend, pointing through the toes, sweeping the arms up and overhead. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, sigh to release, exhale. Hugging knees in towards the chest. And then from here, choosing which side you would like to roll down onto. It doesn't matter which side you roll, just whatever side's calling you to turn over into your fetal position. And from there, we'll make our way up to a comfortable seated posture. I want to finish with 4 rounds of Nadi Shodhana. The reason being Nadi Shodhana is a channel cleansing breathing exercises, so bringing those Nadi channels back into the center. We're going to bring the index and middle finger of the right hand to rest on your brow, thumb gently resting on the right nostril, the ring and pinky are on the left. And just a reminder here, if the right shoulder gets a little bit heavy, you can always bring the left hand underneath the elbow for support. Let's inhale through both sides and exhale through both. The first round of Nadi Shodhana, no retention. So we block the right nostril, inhale through the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Block the left, exhale through your right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block the right, exhale left for 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Second round, we can add breath retention. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2. Opening the arms up wide as they sweep up and overhead. Then pressing the palms of the hands together. And allowing your prayer to lower, passing through the crown of your head, your third eye, through the throat, and to rest at the heart. We're bowing forward and completing this class by saying to ourselves and each other, Namaste.